What is going on, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. It's Sunday night. That means this is At Week's End, the time where we pause for the cause, take a look back at this week, and we spoil everything from comics, movies, TV shows, news, all of the above. And we're going to be doing that. There's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. Some of it might even be hot takes. I've been accused of having hot takes, and I think I'm going to bring some to the show tonight. So I'm looking forward to hearing what some of y'all's feedback is on that. We're going to weigh in on a lot of things, open some packages, which we don't typically do. Might become a thing though, because if there's a way for me to catch up on my mail, maybe it'll be we open mail as a segment on this show. But Paul's got some cool stuff that he's bringing to open from Comics Curing Cancer. I've got some stuff from Paul as well as from Nick's Kicks and Comics. We're going to get into that. Welcome to Derry, this Snyderverse rumors and news and all kinds of stuff right after this. What's up?
Happening. You know, you don't get hot takes until you turn 35. Then you can get hot takes.
That's when we get the hot takes. Yeah, 10:35.
Yeah.
Very specific.
No,
time.
After age 35.
Oh, age 35. Yeah. What's magic about the age 35?
It was a joke on a hot flash, but that's okay.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm glad she's in the other room. Say hey to other people in the chat to remind you guys to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps in the eternal battle against the algorithm. We got Derpy 501st 2 clocking in first. F the Snyderverse bunch of cucks coming in hot. He's clearly over 35. And we're going to be talking about those said Snyderverse bunch of cucks tonight and all the weird rumors spiraling out of the potential WB purchase. We're going to be diving into all of that, the three buyers, what it can mean from each individual buyer, and we may even give you our take on which one we might prefer and why. Could you expect to see the continuation of James Gunn's DCU? Is there a potential secondary universe in animated form? We're going to be talking about those very bunch of cucks and the potential of what could happen with WB selling. So don't go anywhere. Definitely interested to see what you may think of it. Derpy 501st 2. Las Crucius, what's going on, homie? DJ Links, what's up, what's up? Ruby G, White Tiger, Triple C, Cool Common Collected. Hit him up on Instagram. Get your very own original art. He does cards. He does covers. If y'all saw, I recently posted one of my Ruben Guzman covers. It's the he did a sketch cover on the Geiger 80-page giant. So I have a one of a kind Geiger 80-page giant. That might be an important book, Paul. Is that an important book right now?
I think, yeah, I think it is. It's definitely worthy of Guess That. Oh, it was just on Guess That Key.
There you go. Yeah, my first appearance of Redcoat, Ruby G did up. I got an awesome picture of Tariq Geiger on it, and my Redcoat #1. I've got a custom 101 by it. Dude, I was ready for Redcoat, man. Absolutely. And what's crazy is Izzy drew that Redcoat on an airplane, like connecting flight, just blink blomp. He's just fast, and he drew it in the style of Triple H, like the features and everything on it. It's really cool. It's really cool. What's going on, Pops? We got AR in here. Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing how much you guys loved Wicked for Good. First off, because I don't know if he's being sarcastic. We're both Oz fans, both of us. I saw Wicked. I absolutely love the first one. I called Paul when I finished. I'm like, yo. Like I called him like, yo, that was intense. That was awesome. I have not seen Wicked for Good yet. I don't know if you have. Did you?
I was planning to, but I ended up having to work this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So I may see it next weekend instead.
Yeah, there's with it being Thanksgiving week, it's going to be hard pressed for me to see it. I'm already slammed. But the last one I ended up just having to, I just bought it as soon as it came out on 4K, which it's not the theater experience. I won't even lie to say it was, but it was a really good experience just because of how well the set designs are, the colors and everything. I had never seen the musical before. I'd never read the book. So that was my first time ever in that version of the story, but I enjoyed it a lot. So I'm definitely looking forward to Wicked for Good. And the best thing about these movies is all the press and media that comes out of these weirdos. They are so awkward and weird. Like I can't get enough watching it. I sent that email.
Yeah, and if you wanna get just a taste of why I loved it anyway, just do a search on the 2025 Oscars opening.
Oscars, yeah.
The opening with Ariana Grande. It is just amazing, and you only have to. You can do it all in like 8 minutes. But if that doesn't get you to go watch the film, then nothing will.
Yeah. See, I'm a fan of musicals, and this
Mhm.
so that I don't know. Some people are like, I don't want to even watch it. Not even just Wicked, just musicals in general, which I don't get. Like some of the, I mean, it's just a wildly entertaining form of movies. Like it's still Greatest Showman's my number one. But I sent Paul this here recently. It's a picture of Cynthia Erivo making sure Ariana doesn't eat.
Yes, exactly.
Oh man, dude, they're so crazy. Like, oh, dude, it's weird, dude. Weird. These theater kids, man.
Mhm.
They were odd in school, and it's no different now. But man, they're wildly talented.
Oh yeah.
They get my support. Show us what you got. Sorry, wrong show. What is going on, DVH? Who will be the next guest
I
on the
guess
next
that geek
episode of Guess That
making
Geek?
his first appearance from across the pond.
That's not this week, right?
It is next week,
Oh, thank God. Because this week, that's the big day.
Thanksgiving evening.
Yeah, that's the big day where I get like 100 customers all
Right.
just, oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh. Did somebody say hotcakes? I'm in. What's going on, Joffrey? How are you today? The adventurous one. I've created a new monster. Mom and I loved Stranger Things before she passed. Stranger Things, Demi Gorgon.
Mhm.
Now, Dad is the one more excited to see the final season. You see that? That wasn't even in arm's reach, Paul. That was in hand already.
Exactly.
I've been
Yeah.
sitting here fiddling with a Demi Gorgon while I work. Like,
I am. I am 2.5 seasons into Stranger Things now. So
yeah, dude.
halfway through the third season.
What are you thinking so far?
It's good, and you're right. It just kind of really does kind of, it goes from little old to
Yeah. Ew.
yeah,
So you said halfway through the third season now?
yeah.
Yeah, that's season's
They
pretty intense.
they just trapped Billy in the sauna, and he managed to escape, and then
Oh, what a scene, dude.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that I really enjoyed that scene. You pretty much are dealing with like, the mind flayer in the upside down, and now you're dealing with it out of the upside down.
mhm,
But you see what I mean? Kind of now by like they kind of shifted the goalposts on good guys and bad guys because now we got Russians.
right, exactly,
Now it doesn't matter. It's not like town people and against the lab. It's like, nah, now it's like it's just against the Russians.
exactly,
Those
exactly,
pesky commies.
exactly.
Dude,
Right
you know
after,
me.
right after Nazis and white supremacists,
Commies.
1980s Russian communists.
Yeah. And then I guess like in the 90s, they moved it to like Middle Eastern people. Like
Yeah,
all the bad guys in the
yep,
movies and the
mhm,
action flicks are always like, because you got Desert Storm and stuff at that
mhm,
point
yep,
in the
right,
90s. And but yeah, you had Nazis, white supremacists, commies, like
mhm,
1980s commies.
right,
But yeah, dude, I love it. This is like when they're talking and they're just like, oh, these damn commies.
yeah,
Yeah, they're horrible.
yeah,
Oh, it's fun. But I love this show, man. It's just addictive. I love the mall in this season. Like,
yeah.
dude, it makes me think because we
Star
just,
Mart.
yeah, like this sounds goofy, but we have the Masters here, the Augusta National. They constantly buy up more and more territory and stuff gets torn down. And right next to Second and Charles, it's in like this big shopping mall. It's been there forever. Well, they bought the whole shopping mall years ago, but the lease is very long on Second and Charles, and they're like, we're not worried about them running us out because clearly their development plans start after their lease runs out, but the rest of it they slowly just closed down. And as of this week, half of it, like it's shaped like an L, so
Mhm,
half of it's gone. The movie theater that's in there is completely gone now, except for the front face of it, like all the back end of it's torn off,
mhm,
and the Hooters that was in the parking lot where every year, if you came to the Masters, you could go to the Hooters and John Daly will just be hanging out in there, or Darius Rucker, and
yeah.
like that's gone. It's like a staple of the Augusta area for like ever. And it's just crazy seeing stuff go. And I was thinking about it, malls really ran out the small town stuff,
Mhm.
it really,
Yeah,
but eventually online's going to run out malls. Like it's just going to
right.
be Walmarts and
You know,
Targets and Amazon.
the big part of season 3 is the mall shutting down all the mom and pop stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what made me think about it because I had seen season one, some of season two, but I just finished catching up on Stranger Things, binging it all, and like that's when I'm watching it, it had that nostalgic feel. I'm like, man, I miss when the mall felt magical.
Yeah, we have a mall here that's not too far from here in the movie theater. There is a Macy's, and there's maybe 10 or 15 stores left. Everything else is closed in the mall.
Yeah,
And you have to go around and go through like this maze to get to the movie theater because you can't go in the way you normally used to go in because they've just basically shut and closed all those doors. And
that's wild. We had two malls here. We had a Regency Mall was the name of one across town. And when they opened the newer one, it kind of just, that one just kind of went to hell.
mm,
And it got to the point where the only thing that was open there was Montgomery Ward's and like one or two stores on the
yeah,
inside. And yeah, I remember walking through there for a few times when I was younger. It was crazy walking through this huge building with nothing in it just to get to a little store called Blast from the Past inside.
mm.
It's wild. It's wild.
Well, there's a Planet Fitness too, but you can't get into it from the mall. You have to go in from the through the outside.
Got to go through the window or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Joffrey says it is interesting that Snyder may come back. Well, we'll talk about that here in a minute. Absolute Batman will hit 300 bills by summer. I'm assuming he's talking about on the secondary market. Yeah, the book's going crazy. I actually have another video about the Absolute Batman annual dropping tomorrow. It's gonna, I don't know, hot takes, ruffle feathers. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just passing along some information and asking what other people think and sharing what I think about the some business practices and ethics involved in some stuff going on. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The Absolute Bat. If you got them, sell them now. Like don't be crazy. Sell them now. The book has no longevity. I mean, ain't nothing new about it. It's hot for now, and it's good that it's hot. Hopefully, people are coming in and reading the stories as well because they're fantastic. Took my niece to see Wicked for Good today, and they loved it. There you go. 9 out of 10. Was it a 9 out of 10? Yeah, I'm really
That's not what your T-shirt says.
Yeah. Really looking forward to Larry Ellison owning everything. In the new issue of Batman, Bruce has bought the Daily Planet and forcing the paper to do op-eds about how good Wayne Tech is. There you go. It sounds like regular old Batman comics.
Mm-hmm.
In this week's issue of World's Finest, Clark and Bruce are watching the football game, and Bruce criticizes him for not getting them seats to the game, being that he owns the stadium. But he bought the stadium. Yeah, it was actually really good. What's going on, Kenny B? Yeah, I guess I can pretend like the stars of Wicked are weird for being so excited to be around each other. But also, I've been to Heroes Con with you guys, so Glass House and all that. Dude, facts. I can still remember the first time. The first time that me and AR laid eyes on each other was in an auction in a huge room across the room from each other. And I look up and I just see this man dressed as a bee from Venture, or dressed as a butterfly from the Venture Brothers, and I knew it was him. Had never seen him before in real life, and I scream across hundreds of people in a conference room in a hotel, just yell. And he looked up, like, "Yo!" And we just ran.
You guys do the slow motion run towards each other.
And his little wings were kind of flapping.
Exactly.
So yeah, no judgment. I'm not judging. Right. I'm saying it's entertaining, and I support these weird theater kids. I'm not saying I'm any better than them. I completely agree. But that's how we actually met in real life. He was dressed as a butterfly. I was just standing there screaming over people and ran into each other's arms. And now they're all working together.
And you were the cocoon.
I was the cocoon. Exactly. I spent more time in that Hooters than I like to admit. Yeah. Crime killed Regency Mall. Facts. Yep. New Wicked movie is a very bad example for young girls. They look anorexic and act overly woke in their interviews. I don't even need to see it. Though I like part one. They really turned me off. Yeah, I mean, to each their own for sure. And I fully see everything you're saying. They are it's weird by every measure of it, but in my book, they're allowed to be weird. The whole example for kids, they do look unhealthily skinny like that. I mean, it's been a thing. Like, there's no way around that. It's weird how, like, at one point in time, not long ago, everyone was being critical of if you're too skinny, and it's good to be over the opposite. And I don't know. I don't want to see any of them in bad health,
right?
But I don't think they look like that on screen, though, if that makes sense. Like, in the movie, neither one of them look like they do at these premieres and carpets with their collarbones up by their ears and stuff. It does put, it's a little off-putting, but I think they're both extremely talented, and their work speaks for their work. I don't think they have to speak for their work. Just don't watch the interview stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just avoid the interview stuff. You told me you loved me. Yeah. Not the first time actors running their mouths hurt the project. And to be fair, they don't get political. They don't get political. They're weird. Like, someone will raise Ariana Grande's hand exciting in an interview, and Cynthia will reach across her with these like weird hands and grab her arm out of the guy's hand and start kissing her forearm. Weird stuff, man.
You see, Cynthia Erivo went full Linda Hamilton on a guy who tried to put his arm around Ariana Grande.
Yeah, talking about when they were walking inside, that dude
Yeah.
who ran up out of the crowd and put his arm. Turned out he got criminally charged. And he actually got sentenced to time because he didn't just do that to her.
Right.
He's a chronic line stepper. Apparently,
Right.
he does this to celebrities at any chance he gets. For I don't know what the outcome he's looking for is, but
yeah,
he's weirder than them. They're doing their job. What is he doing there?
Right.
But yeah, I think their weirdness keeps me interested more than if they weren't doing weird stuff, to be honest with you. But I'm excited for the movie all the same. This one's got the characters that I'm familiar with. I'm excited to see how they tie into it all, like with the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion and the Scarecrow. We talked about it months ago, the connection with the Scarecrow being that one feller being turned into the Scarecrow. I'm wondering if all the other ones are familiar characters that the Wicked Witch turns into them. Maybe he wasn't born a Tin Man, you know what I mean?
Well, it depends on if they follow. There is a connection to the Tin Man to. I don't want to run it for people, but assuming again, I haven't seen this one, but if they follow the story from the book, and then
yeah. Well, I'll see.
And even, I mean, the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, he seems cursed.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big thing to say the Cowardly Lion. Basically, remember the lion that Fayer, Jonathan Bailey's character in Elphaba saved in the first movie?
Mm-hmm.
That becomes the Cowardly Lion.
Spoiler. Thanks a lot. Spoiled. Yeah. Now I ain't got to see it anymore. Back to watching the weird clips of the interviews. Speaking of Cowardly Lions, did you see the set photos that were shared with Aaron Taylor Johnson, Willem Dafoe for Robert Edgar's werewolf movie? The guy who did Nosferatu recently is actively working on the werewolf movie.
I did not.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple set photos that came out. It looks like it's set in the olden days, in the olden times, which I think will lend more favorably to the movie. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I really enjoy movies that don't involve cell phones, if that makes sense. Like it's just a different style film when you can't just like, hey, I need help. Just a little bit different. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Just the movie The Long Walk, the actors all became really good friends of filming it every Wednesday. They got Blizzards from DQ.
Yeah, and
sounds
remember
like they were sponsored.
This was, I mean, it's one thing to, film a movie, then go away for a while, and then, a couple years later you come back and film another movie. They filmed both movies at once. They were together. It's amazing because they filmed both films at once, but can't think of his name now. The guy who plays the wizard.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum and Jonathan Bailey were only on set together one day.
And Jonathan Bailey is the Jurassic Rebirth guy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Who does he play in The Wicked?
Fayero? Can't think
is that the Scarecrow guy? Man, I ain't got all their names down, Pat, man.
Yeah.
I know the witch, and I know Glinda, and I know the wizard. That's about it until we get.
Yeah.
I know the flying monkeys. Yeah, no Glinda. Yeah. DVH said he just recently got around the Nosferatu. Freaking superb. I completely agree. Yeah. Nosferatu is everything I wanted Frankenstein to be. What a great way to tie that in. Yeah, I agree. He really understood the assignment for Nosferatu. Mm-hmm. That's the one becomes Scarecrow. Sorry, spoilers. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just the photos kind of did all that. But let's see what else was happening. All right, let's talk about the Snyder thing. First off, did you see the photo that he shared today? Zach said this is probably my favorite Batman photo that he has, and dude, it is a great photo. There's no getting around it. For context, in case Sturpy's still here, I'm a huge Snyderverse fan. I'm also a huge fan of moving forward with the DCU. I have no problems either or. Mm-hmm. That being said, this can go three very, very different ways. Right now, WB is set, and they have offers from everybody in right now. They're supposed to be going over the offers, and we could be potentially having the announcement of who's going to be the buyer as early as the middle of next week. And I doubt
all the offers had to be in by November 20th.
Yeah, and I doubt we'll find out as early as next week because I'm sure no one's doing anything at this point. It's the
Right.
weekend, plus I bet no one does anything at all next week.
Holidays, yeah.
And then probably for a few days after playing catch up and all that. I think the middle of next week would be like be a miracle if we hear something back that soon. It could happen. They might have stuff in the works already, but we know that there's three major contenders in this. You have Skydance, Paramount,
Mhm.
which aggressively relaxing is really a fan of.
Mhm.
You have Universal Studios with
With
Saudis
the Saudis, yep.
because they want to bring parks and entertainment to Saudi Arabia, and Universal needed more capital to pull this off. And then you have Netflix,
Mhm.
which Netflix has expressed interest in picking up DC properties and licensing products for a while. So, for context, I think it was after the second offer was denied because Ellison came in. Boom, Steve's got here. What's up? Let me catch you up real quick, Steve. First off, welcome to the stream.
Hey, see?
Hey guys,
We're
sorry I was
just
late.
now bringing up the Warner Brothers sell off with three potential buyers. Skydance Paramount is one, owned by the Ellisons. You have Universal is the other one that's tag teaming to offer with the Saudis. And then you have Netflix as the third. Now, Larry Ellison made two bids for Warner Brothers that were denied. And after the second,
You just froze.
I didn't hear anything.
He
It's
just
freaking
froze. He froze, yeah, right in the middle of
Darn it.
with his eyes closed.
Well, sorry I'm late, guys. I was live on my other channel, not Burke Fan, but my KSU Nation channel, and it was going really well. So we were getting lots of super chats, and so we just stayed live there, and that's why I'm late. So
Yeah. So, laptop restarted. Well, man,
okay, all right.
there
Well,
you go. So, your KC Chiefs have kept their season alive today with a final with a last minute win.
they did. They did.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
They're still on the outside looking in, I think, but they definitely have kept themselves
yeah. They
in the hunt.
have some work to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like my third or fourth favorite team. K-State football, K-State basketball, and then Chiefs and Royals right after that. So
Okay. So we think we've already we haven't gotten to. Well, you probably didn't. You're not watching it, right? Welcome to Derry.
no, I
Okay.
don't like scary things.
Yeah.
I mean, Stranger Things is like the scariest thing that I will watch, and even that I get scared.
Yeah.
'Cause
Have you seen all 4 seasons?
I have.
Okay. So you froze right in the middle of when you were telling Steve about the Universal and the Saudis.
yeah, Universal and Saudi is the second bidder. And then Netflix is the third. And
Okay.
after the second bid that Paramount put in, they pledged to keep James Gunn and Peter Safran and allow them to their DCU.
Okay.
And that's kind of where everything is right now. And there's a lot of speculation and all the stuff that's being drummed up with the potential return of Zack Snyder due to the Saudis' involvement.
Right. I would say I saw something today that the Saudis were saying that they would be very interested in revisiting the Snyderverse. And then Netflix has said that they have committed to releasing things theatrically, that not everything would go to Netflix necessarily right away.
Well, I like both of those because either way, DC wins. That either way, we get more Snyderverse or we get more the current DC. I think both excite me. I did see that Zack Snyder liked a post where they said that they're going to be doing a Justice League 2 and 3 continuation, but in an animated form. And I don't know if that will actually happen or not, but maybe that would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Out of the three of them, if y'all had a preference, which one would you prefer the most and why, Paul?
I would I would be okay with Netflix, I think, probably. But the other thing that I'll say is, yeah, I mean, Snyder did say, though, that he did like those things, but anything that's being done with DC now has to go through Gunn and Safran. So that would be those two basically saying, Yeah, you know, because he can't take the characters and go off on his own.
That's only if they're kept on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, if they're kept on.
And the only one
But-
that's pledged to keep them on is Paramount.
Hmm.
And that's just
So-
a pledge. They can pledge to keep them on by
Yeah.
WB and then say, we're going to keep you on, but here's what we're going to pay you now.
Right.
They could look at it and be like, no way, I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
Right.
Well, and so did you say Universal was going with Saudi or Paramount?
Universal's with the Saudis because
Yeah.
the Saudi
They don't have the
Arabia is
capital
doing
for
this.
one thing.
They're doing this big push right now
Mhm.
to try to kind of change the way that their country
Right.
like makes money. You know, historically there's been like oil-based economy and stuff,
Yep.
but they're moving into the entertainment sector. They've recently used their like the Saudi have like a huge like business entity that's attached to them, like the
Project Riyadh.
yeah, and they recently bought this huge gaming company where they're getting into the gaming stuff, and they look at this as an opportunity that if they get this, especially with Universal, we can put parks here. You know, recently they reached out and had Mr. Beast, and they did that offer to him and let him set up the Mr. Beast park there, where people can like it's a big attraction park there. I don't think it's super permanent, but it's like they'll be there for a while, and it's got like games and roller coasters and stuff. So they're trying to bring in like tourism and boost their economy and just do something other than just being oil based, like Middle Eastern country in the desert. They're trying stuff.
I personally would prefer not to go with any Saudi Arabia people.
Just because they murder journalists.
Maybe.
That's fair. Dude. That's fair. Like their human rights violations are a real hang up for a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, is that really who we want to turn, you know, one of the biggest American made companies into?
We turned EA Sports to them and Jared Kushner.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the thing. It's not turning it over to the Saudis. They're a piece of a bigger entity kind of thing. It would be turning it over to Universal. The way that I see it in that aspect of it, Warner Brothers is an American institution. I've been a Warner Brothers fan since I was a kid. I'm a Warner Brothers kid first and foremost. Give me Looney Tunes, give me Six Flag Parks, give me DC Comics. Always been that way. I would hate for that water tower to not exist anymore.
Right.
And I would hate for it not to be an American-owned institution because that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Now, if it's just Saudis investing in it and getting a return from it, that's one thing. But I don't know the structure of that deal, the size of that investment or anything.
And I don't know how many American actors would be like, yeah, that's who I want to work for, right? Like, I think that would turn away.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but you'd also be. I mean, they just had a big. How many comedians went over there? They just had a big comedy festival.
Yeah,
not as many as they invited.
Right.
Because exactly. Because
but also take a look at the money. I mean, because you have Live Golf stole a lot of people from the PGA.
Yeah,
you have the Saudi Arabia Soccer League that took Cristiano Ronaldo, one of probably the most popular,
ever.
Him and Messi, probably two of the most popular soccer players, on the planet right now. So they're definitely trying to, set themselves up as a sports, entertainment, pop culture, business type thing too. So
they're trying to clean up their image a little bit.
They'd be number 3 out of those 3 for me. So it would be Paramount, and then Netflix, and then Universal Saudi. So
people, you got 12 people watching. Y'all drop a comment. Who would y'all?
Van Hood is right. I think there's
who are y'all's number one pick? There are many reasons why Saudi is a bad option ethically, but very few people turn down their money, and I completely agree.
Yeah,
and that's where it gets dicey. Like if you're gonna judge the ethics, it's fair to judge it however you want, but I'm saying does it hit a point where you? Let's look at their business practice ethics, and it's not compare them on because I don't remember. I think I was having this conversation Friday morning on the live panel where they cut thieves' hands off, but that's also the norm there. And if you steal something, you're stealing it with the assumption that this may end with you getting your hand cut off. That's crazy. That's crazy to us here in the context of how we live.
Exactly.
But not to them there in the context of how they live.
And that's the problem with ethics is you're always evaluating things from your own perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean that your perspective is wrong in any way. And it doesn't mean that what they're doing isn't wrong, but you're always evaluating it from your own perspective for the most part.
Me personally, I would prefer Paramount of all those because I think Paramount is a great company in terms of what they've put out. I love all of
Maverick.
They made a Top Gun Maverick. They made
Yeah.
TMNT Mutant Mayhem.
They made Mission
which-
Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
They made, absolutely.
Indiana Jones.
They have a good lot. They have a lot of great
every-
IPs. They got Transformers at Paramount. A lot of great IPs. Adding a superhero Rolodex to that, I feel like they know what they're doing. They started the MCU. They made Iron Man.
They made Iron Man. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, and you look at their TV side as well.
Oh my gosh,
Taylor
amazing.
Sheridan's killing it.
For now, he got bought out.
Now he's going to go to NBC Universal here in
Going to Universal. Yeah.
Yeah, I do know that.
But we got him till 2028 at Paramount at least, right?
Yeah.
But we just need one more season of Lioness, and I'll be good. Good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just would prefer them over an online company, and obviously a Saudi-backed company as well. So
yeah, I kind of have my hangups with the Saudi thing. I like the idea of Universal having them, but there's the hangups with the Saudi thing. And I also don't think they have I don't think they have as much money as they're pretending like, because I don't know how much y'all keep up with other stuff, but they're having to borrow for the first time ever to make that financial commitment that they just made here recently and all that stuff. They had to do halts on all those massive building projects that they were doing over there, like the wall and all that stuff, which is still impressive, those business building projects. But I just don't know if that would be a thing. I do like the idea of Paramount getting it, primarily because it would make it one step closer to being an actual contender and a player. Because outside of Netflix, which is an anomaly, which dwarfs these other companies, it is insane. It's like if Netflix wanted, I feel like they could just strong arm this deal and take it. Like if they wanted, like if you look at their market cap, they're like worth like 400 billion market cap, while these other guys are like 20 billion and 40 billion. So it's not even close. But I would like Paramount to position itself to be an entity that can rival Disney a little bit, but they don't have the parks to do it.
They do not.
Well, but Warner's has Six Flags, so they would get something with that.
Oh, they would get parks out of it.
Yeah. I also think that from Warner's perspective, the path of least resistance towards approval runs through Paramount.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you got the powers that be actively trying to put a little touch on the cosmic scale and try to get some balance out of media, which is so media is very slanted one way here in the States. For those that aren't in the States, because DVH is watching, like 80% of our media kind of leans one way, and Paramount just got bought out by somebody who kind of leans the other way. So by buying Paramount, you got some media outlets, and if you get Warner Brothers, you get another media outlet, which is CNN. But I actually looked up the media outlet stuff on Friday, and we don't live in the 1980s anymore, because someone was concerned about too few people owning the media, which that was a thing up until modern era, where now if you look up how many recognized media outlets there's roughly 4,600 recognized media outlets, with 3,000 of them being US based. With the traditional ones that you typically think about, there's six of those traditional ones, which if you combine them all together with their viewership and stuff, they're dwarfed by like a large number of those other new media now. Like people just aren't watching those media outlets that people would be concerned about 20 years ago being owned by the same person.
Imagine we have a comic book universe under Paramount with Ninja Turtles.
It could happen fast.
Transformers, G.I. Joe, and all of the DC properties.
Energon is popping right now.
Imagine all of that in one universe.
Like when the intro plays to say like Warner Brothers Paramount, all these characters hopping around their title card. That would be cool.
That would be freaking cool. And like a crossover, like 10, 15 years down the road, that would be insane.
Now let's think of the opposite of that. You could, if you get Universal, you get the monsters and Vin Diesel.
Yeah, okay.
And Vin Diesel.
But they're also, I mean, if you're talking Universal, there are a lot of things that would have to happen, because you can't have CBS under Paramount and then suddenly, or actually I'm talking about Warner Brothers, so that's different. I would say, because I was thinking Universal and Paramount, because they both own a network, and you can't do that. But since Warner Brothers doesn't own an actual network, it actually would work with either one of them.
Warner Brothers owns CNN. That's not a network though. That's private, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
private. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And it's funny too because
Can you imagine Barry Weiss being CNN's boss?
funny you say that, DVH, because Disney was actually offered the Harry Potter stuff first, and they turned it down.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. Yeah, what's interesting, Harry Potter is owned by Warner Brothers, but featured at Universal Parks.
Yeah, well, Marvel in Florida, Marvel characters are owned by Disney, but they're in Universal Parks.
Yeah, why is that?
It predates the buyout.
When Marvel was going to go out of business, they were selling their licensed properties to anybody who would take them. Universal said, "We'll take Spider-Man," and
Hulk.
so yeah, exactly. Spider-Man,
Doctor
Hulk,
Doom,
Thor,
Spider-Man, X-Men.
yeah. So they all went to Universal, and it was basically, I get to use the word again, in perpetuity.
In perpetuity. The Tower of Terror at the Disney park, Steve, that I don't know if you've wrote it, but I know you've heard of it. The Tower of Terror exists at Universal, but it's Dr. Doom's tower. It's the Doom Tower.
And which is why at the Disney in Florida, you have Guardians of the Galaxy. You have some of the later characters that weren't part of the original deal.
Yeah.
And in California, they're in the Disney park. They're not at whatever. It was just the ones in Florida.
That is wild.
And then all the Six Flags parks, of course, have the rocking awesome DC stuff. Yeah, you could go to a whole Gotham area, and they used to do like the little live performance action stunt show and everything. It was super cool. They had a Riddler themed ride called the Mindbender, which it existed before they turned it into Gotham, but it was called the Mindbender. They just put a bunch of question marks painted on it and stuff, and now it's a Riddler ride. And Six Flags is fun, man.
I can't stay long because I know I joined late anyways, but I can't stay long. But I will say, people are not ready. You guys already know as well. People are not ready for how good Absolute Batman 14 and DCKO 2 is this week. I mean, I'm super excited about both of those guys. I want to hear your thoughts on it real quick before I get out of here.
Yeah, I enjoyed KO more.
Really?
By a country mile, dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I probably did too, but it was close. It was really it was
close.
But I think overall, I think I'm just really into the whole, the brackets and everything, and
think of the rules of this fight. The rules of the fight in issue 2 alone, for me, made it more interesting
because people could die and respawn. And
well, no, not only that, like what everyone was tasked to do, that task was more interesting than just fighting Bane, in my opinion, because of all the little things. I'm like, what's that one? What's that one? Oh yeah. Wait a minute, I don't. Oh yeah, and all that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff's fun for me. I'm like a deep cut continuity whore.
I mean, I don't know how anyone can make a series about people just fighting each other like a video game, but somehow Scott Snyder has figured it out.
Like Mortal Kombat?
Like Mortal Kombat style. Like, I don't know how he did it, but he's doing it, man. He's doing it, and it's amazing. In this issue, it's really good.
I'm really looking forward to issue 3 because of what happened in the very last panel of issue 2. He's finally showing himself. It's like, okay, I want to see more of that.
And we know what's coming. And we know what's coming in 4. We know what's coming.
I want to know what this is going to do.
Yeah.
This thing. I'm going to put it in the private chat because I don't want to blow anything up.
Yeah. It's and Eris talked about it. Like, people are not ready for what happens to Superman. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. In this issue, people are not ready for that.
DCKO is interesting enough that I'm going to buy a digital copy rather than wait for the DC app version. That's got to say something. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I think you're going to love issue 2. I think issue 2 was a step up from issue 1. There's nothing wrong with issue 1, but now we're in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now we're in it. Now it's rocking.
Right. Other books I'm getting, I'm going to say it real quick and then I'll get out of here.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, I'm going to show you what's coming with the Absolute Universe and get your thoughts on that instead.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because there's nothing but major matchups coming up. After this Bane debacle that we're getting through, Batman's going to be facing off with Absolute Poison Ivy. And look at that. I'm wondering if Poison Ivy is just going to be like an infection or something.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited.
It doesn't stop there.
The Planet Flare.
And Joker's coming after that. It's kind of like the whole Mr. Freeze for 2 issues, what we got. That
was wild, but it doesn't stop there. This is across the titles. Absolute Wonder Woman's going to be facing off with Absolute Giganta. Now, this looks pretty much just almost 1-for-1. This looks like, straight up.
Don't care.
But dude, this one I'm super hyped for, and I was
I know what
telling
you. Exactly. Yeah.
dude,
Let's go.
absolute Hawkman that was introduced in Forever Evil, aka Forever Justice. What a villainous, like tormented creature of death.
Right, and we're getting the full-on absolute Joker as well. We're getting absolute Batman and absolute Wonder Woman teaming up for 2 issues. So there is lots of good stuff coming.
Now, this is the one that I'm most interested to ask ask Steve about, because who's your favorite DC character, Steve?
Wally West.
I was gonna, yeah, exactly.
What is that?
And that is the reverse Flash. The absolute reverse Flash is coming.
What the hell?
Yep, that is the absolute
That's
reverse Flash.
absolute reverse Flash.
Well, they did talk about Eobard Thawne and
Yeah.
Absolute Flash 8.
Eleanor
which
Thawne is the main bad girl of the story.
Yeah. And she's getting Barry Allen to continue her grandfather's work or whatever. I can't remember in issue 8. And that's exciting. That is absolutely exciting.
What do you think that is? Y'all think that that's going to be Reverse Flash? Do you think it's going to be Zoom? Do you think that's going to be Eleanor Thawne?
No, it's got to be Eobard that they mentioned in issue 8, because he's been gone for a while, and
that's Grandpa.
Yeah,
and maybe that's inside on the other side of the gateway.
Yeah, you see the hole in his gutlet there. Now let me throw this out there to you guys, okay? What if that's Jay Garrett who went missing with him, got pushed in there? Thrawn wasn't the only one that got pushed in there. Barry's in there, and look at, I know that the things on its head, you know, I mean, it can be any Flash. Like even the bad guys have the things on its head, but it's got the things on its head to represent the wings, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
That's super interesting to me.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff right there. How'd you get issue 2? I thought it wasn't out until next week. Yeah, Steve knows a guy that robs people. Well, there's 2 ways. If you're friends with your LCS, you can go read them in the store early, or some people get, like, these creators are pretty nice, and
they are.
If you've like made a contact with them in the past, which they're just regular people that are excited for people to be excited about their book, they'll send out digital copies to people from time to time and stuff like that. So in the past, Steve's like reached out to creators and asked them, and he's talked to creators like for years. Like he had talked to the guy who was writing the Boom Studios Power Ranger book, and they'd send him the copies a couple of days before they came out. These are people that know that you're going out buying the book, that you're already supporting it and stuff, and they're just kind of doing you a solid so you can kind of get ahead of the curve with stuff. And he's reached out and spoke with Scott in the past and everything, so he's able to get some Snyder stuff early if he reaches out and asks.
Yep, that's exactly it.
But it's also one of those things that it's all done under the assumption that you're not going to digitally break.
You're not going to start posting this stuff on.
Yeah, you're not going to be sitting there making early content. You're not going to be posting spoilers. You're not going to be in comment threads blowing stuff up. You're going to be respectful and like talk. If you enjoyed it, talk positively about the book in hopes that other people go support it and buy it as well.
Yeah, and for issue, I think it was 2, I made a video early, and then he wasn't upset. He just said, "Hey, next time, make sure you wait until the day of the release to do that." And so ever since then, I have always posted the review the day the book comes out. So
yeah, you can't digitally break street date.
Yep.
Because even though he wrote the book, he has to adhere to
guidelines,
street dates and stuff. Yeah, but you'll see a lot of content creators out there that get physical copies early, and DC Comics had what's called an ambassadors program for years, where they would send stuff out so people can get an opportunity to read it and all that stuff, so that they have time to make content so it can release along with the book. So that helps them on the marketing side of things as well.
Yep.
So what are you picking up this week, Steven, with the sleeves?
So I'm getting Absolute Batman 14 cover A, DCKO 2 cover A. Actually, I think I'm getting all cover A's.
There are 3 DCKO tie-ins this week too,
and I'm getting all of them. Superman 32, Justice League Unlimited 13, and Flash 27, which Flash 26 is now at the top of my pile to read.
Oh, it's good, dude. Welcome back, Flash.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to read that because I usually put them in the order that I want to read them. You know, obviously you have to have Batman and Robin Year One at the top, and I'm really sad that's over with, and that's been great. And of course, I read then of all the absolute titles, and I went through the new Batman issue 3, and I liked it, and so I'm excited for what's to come there, and Flash is the next book on my list. So
if you had to rank your Batman books that you're reading from favorite, no, I'm not saying any good or bad, just preference, just your personal preference. You wouldn't be pulling them if you didn't like them all. But which one are you most enjoying, and which one is like what order you read them in? If you read them most excited to least.
So if it was still going on, Batman and Robin Year One would be number one on my list.
Okay, so I definitely need to go back and read
it.
It
Is so good, and it's incredible. And then Absolute Batman would be number 2, and then Batman Hush would be number 3, and then the current Batman by Matt Fraction would be number 4, which I'm actually like. I heard you say you don't think people would like it that much. I'm enjoying it, dude. I'm liking it a lot.
I think when I say that, I'm talking more toward the normies, the people that just dabble with comics, because I don't consider you, myself, or Paul normies. We pull books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's some books you're going to pull, even if you feel like it's slumping a little, like, well, I'm not going to stop pulling it because I need the lore, because it's going to go right back up in a few issues kind of thing.
Right.
But if I'm trying to convince someone to go to a shop and spend money, and I hope that what I tell them to wins them over to keep spending money, I would not recommend Matt Fraction's Batman.
Okay, I get that. I
would recommend Tom Taylor's Detective Comics, though.
Okay, see, I'm not reading that, but I should.
Did you see, Steve, that the last part of Hush is now March?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, does everyone remember Batman 3 Jokers,
right.
And what was it? The 12 issues by Jeff Johns with the Watchmen. What was that called?
Oh man, I love
Doomsday Clock. Dude, come on. And then of course we all remember, the Last Ronin taking over a year. It just happens, man, and it sucks for all of us, but it happens.
Yeah, it takes the momentum out of a story though really badly. And again, it's one of those things that I can't get annoyed with people when they lose interest in it or momentum in it or forget what happens in it, because not everybody's touched by Rain Man and can just remember all the little plot details. And especially when there's so many Bat titles coming out, it's easy to get your wires crossed.
I'm more concerned that they're not gonna do the second part now because of how long it's taken to do the first part.
Really?
Yeah. And I think I said this to you, Mark, because I'm wondering if part of the delay is now they're reworking this part 6,
the script itself from the negative feedback,
to kind of make it the end of, there won't be a second part 6-issue miniseries. It's going to end after 6 issues. I'm wondering if that's one of the things that they're doing. I don't know that for a fact. It's just a thought.
I mean, it's supposed to be 12, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. So
that's a segment on Real Time with Bill Maher. I don't know it for a fact, but I believe it to be true. It's a funny segment he's done for years. Yeah, man, I just want it to be good, and I don't feel like it is.
I have to ask you guys a question before we get out of here. Issue 3 of the new Batman by Matt Fraction. Is that actually Bruce in that digital suit, or is it someone else? Because he's pretty vicious with Edward Norton and
Edward Nigma.
Whatever, you know what I mean.
Edward Norton would be vicious with him. He'd bite the curb.
Fight Club.
Yeah. No, I think it's him.
I do too.
Because you got to think of the situation. And I think that's the first time we've seen this Batman show any kind of aggression at all, because he had that issue 1 where he was so soft-spoken and gentle with Killer Croc, which I love that dynamic in that scene. I like Croc.
Yeah.
He's a cool, ever since A Long Halloween won me over with. But there's just something with that scene that felt like Batman just being fed up with Edward not having the time. Robin had just been shot, and
it just felt a little different than what we had seen from him in the previous 2 issues. That's all.
So, yeah, definitely.
So
you smash his head
for real, dude. Seriously, that's what I'm saying.
Just to find out Edward was being used and he's a victim as well. Oh my bad man, wipe yourself off.
Well, thanks for having me on. Sorry I'm late. I am going to try to be on here more often, but
yeah, you should. It's fun. Good times.
Love you guys. Make love tonight.
Peace. All right, Paul, let's dive into it. Welcome to Derry. Episode 4 dropped this week. HBO's just absolute banger of a TV show, the prequel to
Mhm.
It Part 1 and 2. We had our 4th episode, and it's a prequel to It, but this episode was a prequel to all of it. We
Exactly.
get the OG origin,
I'm gonna
the
say
arrival of the space entity.
there are some times where you kind of slowly learn the origin of something. This was basically Andy Machete sitting down and saying, "I'm going to tell you how everything started over the next 10 minutes," and this kid's going to tell you.
Yeah, this kid's gonna tell you. Ronnie, I highly recommend it. In all sincerity, the artwork is phenomenal in Batman. But if you're not going to pull both, you know what I'm saying? Promise you right now, as of right now, pound for pound, Detective's better. And you can go back in this channel from its inception, from the day I started on YouTube. I was telling people I would recommend Detective Comics over Batman any day. The main Batman run, it gets gimmicked, it gets affected by events. They're always trying to do something to boost sales, like introducing a new character or just a flashy story arc. Detective Comics is consistent, good Batman stories nonstop.
Yeah, doesn't matter who they put there.
And we had a new villain, the Lion.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm not a huge Tom Taylor fan on ongoing titles. You know, I fell off his Titans run. His Superman Son of Kal-El was okay at its best with a couple of really decent moments and single issues. But Nightwing, I know it got critically acclaimed and stuff, but it just wasn't for me. But so far, this is good. This is good. I'm liking it. I recommend it. But welcome to Derry. We get, let's see, outside of the origin, Halloran gets, So Halloran, Dick Halloran from The Shining, he's tasked with interrogating one of the natives because the natives are constantly spying on the military installation to see how close they're getting, how far away they are. So he gets asked to interrogate one, not violently, just go into his mind, try not to break it, and get the answers we need on where it is. And that's how they conveyed the origin of it. And they gave us the full origin, from falling from the sky as a star to the natives discovering it, finding out what's weird about it. One of the earliest ones breaking off a piece of the meteor it landed in and finding out it's kind of works as actually a weapon against it and everything.
How it got trapped and everything.
Yeah, and then the settlers coming in and kind of for hundreds of years the natives lived in the area with it because they knew not to go in that area. It was only so strong. It isn't like it can really go far. It was just in this centralized area, and they just stayed away from it. But as settlers came in, they would get attacked. They would grow stronger, and the natives had to branch out more and then go do something about it. And ultimately, they went and got pieces of the meteor and planted it like pretty much like an invisible fence, like one of those electric fence shock collar kind of deals around the area to try to keep it contained to the western woods. And that was the big deal with that. And ultimately, that's where it's been, just cherry picking off people here and there, kind of confined to that little area. And that kind of explains to us why it stays in Derry. Like it's not like it is something that can go wherever it wants. It kind of just is planted here where it landed, and its reach can only go as far as its power allows it to. The more it feeds, the more powerful it gets. And that's why the whole area of Derry, the whole town people, all of them are affected a little bit by it. Whether they're being hunted by it or not, you're affected by it.
Right. And it actually does too make sense, because why it wasn't as powerful when it first landed, because it feeds off of fear, right? Back hundreds of years ago, there were really basically no people around, for it to really, feed off of, which is why they were able to live in,
they said a word. Or did they say harmony? I think they did say we lived in harmony with it or something.
And then, as through, the movement west and, industrialization and everything, more people are in the States, immigration, everything, whatever you want to say. There's more people, there's more fear. So the more people there are, the stronger it becomes, which is, kind of
spread out.
Yeah.
And then in our primary timeline, which we won't even try to say the year because we can never remember it. One day I'm going to write it down.
I can do it. I can do it from the beginning. 1908, 1935, 1962, 1989, 2016.
In 1962, our main timeline, our kids are realizing that we're being targeted, we're being hunted, and they kind of like look back on the events and kind of assess the situation and realize that they're thinking that it's fear-based, that it's trying to scare us. That's why it didn't kill us. It's trying to draw this fear out of us. And one of the kids steals a bunch of Valium from her mom and says, I don't know what they are, but mommy says they're her little helpers. I'm like, oh, look at that. The Purdue family would be proud. Little shameless plug for them there. But you see a little bit of the dynamic with the kids in the school, and one of them being targeted to be picked on, but it ultimately backfiring and it targeting one of the girls that was going to bully her in a horrific way. They had been in class watching a little biology video on in parasitic worms that get inside of other insects and try to come out of their eyes and stuff. And that's what happens to this girl. Like,
that was
like
intense,
the
wasn't
worms start trying to come out of her eyes, and she freaks out and runs to the shop class and starts cutting her own eyes out in shop class while the other girl's trying to stop her. Ultimately, when everyone comes in to hear the commotion, she's on top of the girl trying to take the knife out of her hand, and she's missing an eye, looking like she did it. So that's where that gets left. But that to me means that they might add one more kid to their ranks, because this girl's clearly going to know something was up.
Yeah, you would think. That was that whole thing with the eye, when the eyes coming out of her head, and then when she went to go to the electric saw to cut her eye off. It was like, man, that was nasty.
What gets me is, people keep dying here, so let's put a town here. That's the thing. They cover that in the movie in part 1 and part 2, and in this, the entire town is affected by it. If you think back to the movies in part 1, you have a group of kids holding a kid in the road while a bully is cutting his stomach with a knife, and a car drives by and they just look at him and look forward and keep driving. And in this, you have bullies literally in broad daylight at 12:37 p.m. holding a kid down, beating him up on the side of the road, where a woman who has not been in the town long runs out to stop the fight, and everyone in town's looking at her like she's the weird one. Everyone there is affected by it. That's why that you can't see things properly.
And no one remembers what happens.
Then if you leave the town, you lose your memories of it.
But I mean, let's be honest, it's a movie. In the movies, after one dinosaur escapes, you probably wouldn't build another one.
Hadn't you seen Poltergeist?
Yeah,
people will build a town on anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting that backstory. It was cool seeing how it presented itself to the natives as like demonic woodland creatures, like the elk and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then once the settlers got there, their biggest fear became the people encroaching in on them. And you had like that, we got a weird baby. We're 3 for 4.
Yeah, exactly. I was thought of that too when I saw it. I'm like, oh, DVH is gonna be happy.
It looked like Kuatu from Total Recall. And the fact that the baby crawled out of the road with a knife and stabbed, I'm like, what? This is wild, dude. And not only that, we have Pennywise officially stalking one of the kids now, like Michael Myers style, like peeking out behind a tree, and when you look away, he hides back behind the tree. Like,
but he leaves a balloon.
He leaves the balloon. That was cool that the dad saw the balloon. Mm-hmm. The dad that, via the lore in part 2, is the one that passed the information down to the 1980s kid, Michael, I think his name was. Between Stranger Things and this, I can't keep my kids' names together. All I know is Dusty, out of all of them, is the coolest.
That's right. Him and his teeth. Yeah. Oh man, that was so cool at the end of the. I laughed out loud when he took that can of Farrah Fawcett hairspray out of the bag.
Yeah, dude, he had himself done up and went to the dance. It was cool that Nancy danced with him too. That put the other little snooty girl in their place.
Humanizing to them,
Yeah, and I like what she told him too. He's like, I don't remember if he asked her. She said, "Don't worry, it won't be this bad for long, man. Girls this age are mean, but it'll get better when you get older, and you're going to crush it."
Right. But the Farrah Fawcett spray was the whole gimmick that Steve used. That's how he got his hair to,
When they were walking on the track, she's like, "Farrah Fawcett spray. Don't tell anyone I told you. I'll beat you up." Yeah, there's a lot of people online like putting out memes and stuff, like because the release schedule for this final season. Right. One of them is on Christmas. Mm-hmm. And someone put up this little meme of this guy running and grabbing a Christmas tree and slinging it across the room, and it read, "Me on Christmas Day when Steve Harrington gets ripped apart by a Demogorgon." I'm like, oh no. People are going to be distraught on Christmas if they drop an episode with something diabolical like a main character dying. Can you imagine?
Right, because they're doing 4 Thanksgiving Eve, they're doing 4 on Christmas, and then the final on January 1st.
I think it's 4-3-1, isn't it?
Okay. I don't know, because they've been alternating. Like the first season was 8 episodes, then 9, then 8, and then 9.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this one's not consistent with their drops, because and I've seen conflicting things as well, but from what I recall, it was 4-3-1, and that final one is super long.
Right.
I'm super excited for it, man. I'm curious what happens. Oh, I can't say that yet. You haven't finished season. Okay, yeah. I'm super excited.
Period. Full stop.
Period. Full stop. As the comment read on my video today. Hey, I got a members only video up already, but it'll be coming out tomorrow. I think this one will interest a lot of people. Be sure to check it out. Absolute market manipulation. Be sure to check it out. Full stop. That was a good comment. That's good for them. Full stop.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Paul, let's take it back to AR real quick. Last Starship issue number 2. What is it? What'd you think of it?
I won't get it until this week. They didn't. My comic shop didn't get them last week. So
there you have it, AR.
I absolutely, they crushed issue 1 with the ending and everything, and so I can't wait to read issue 2. I just have not had a chance to do it yet.
So thanks for bringing up a sore subject, AR. Good grief. Looking at some of the books that came out this week, and we'll take a peek at what came out this week, and then both Paul and myself have some mail to open up. I'm excited to do that. I don't have these in any particular order. Let me get this one out of the way. We talked about what's coming in Absolute Flash, but Absolute Flash issue number 9 came out this week with a gorgeous John Jane cover, the A cover, and I have a second John Jane cover. This, along with a stack of other John Jane variants, will be going up as a giveaway on the Christmas edition of Guess That Key. Not, what is it? The date?
December 17th.
December 17th. Yeah, the OG crew will be back for that, and there'll be the regular old antics of guessing keys, hanging out, live streaming, but there'll be multiple giveaways. And I'll be bringing the John Jang variant pack. I think I brought it last year too. Like it's, I always buy multiple of Jang books, and I under my desk I have short boxes of only John Jang books. At any given time, I can reach under here and pull out a John Jang variant. It's just what I do, Paul. It's just what I do. But that being said, I put them under there, but I also put multiples over here, so I can always piece together a cool John Jang giveaway when I need to. I think that's important to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that'll be going up then. And also, we already recorded the deep dive on that, along with the rest of the entirety of the Absolute Universe. Check out Sector 2815 Monday mornings at 10 a.m. His link is in the description of all my videos. Make sure you give him a subscribe. That's where we do the deep dive and Guess That Key over on his channel. All right. I just finished this right before the stream, right before we went live. This is World's Finest, issue number 45. Going strong. Mark Waid is still bringing us this creative, unspecified time in the past, writing just some fantastic stories. This is the second meeting of the Joker and Lex Luthor. Now, this was the last book on my stack. I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. And I kind of regret waiting because this was a delight. It was really fun. He writes these two characters really well. You basically have Lex on a mission to go steal a MacGuffin, and he runs into the Joker who already has a MacGuffin, and it's made him, what's it called, intangible?
Mm-hmm.
And he makes him intangible and says, I'm only going to fix you if you help me out. We need to go hit a caper at a museum, and I want to go get this other MacGuffin that you put it on, it gives you ultimate knowledge. And fortunately, the museum is the same one that one Carter Hall works at. So you get a cool little Hawkman fight and everything. Batman and Superman show up, they're fighting, and because of the untangible nature of these machines, Lex and Joker get fused. We did the Batman, Green Lantern, Superman fusion character early on. Now we have a Lex Joker fusion, and it was pretty cool. It was super fun, written well. He writes Joker like Joker, Lex like Lex, and their frustrations with each other, and the comical nature of it is just on brand. Like, you really had someone build this for you, not willingly.
Yeah, and he does, like I said, he's done that. He's done a couple of Robin and Supergirl issues. He's got one coming up with Ultraman and Owlman teaming up.
Oh, dude, awesome!
Yeah, he's gone back to the Kingdom Come universe.
That was phenomenal. That was the coldest Darkseid has ever been since, like, I don't know when. Nick, don't go anywhere, homie. We're going to be opening some mail here in just a few, and I got this package from you. I'm excited to open. I bet it has some bangers in it. He's got 500 plus cover. Mark's got a good deal of them. Yeah. I pretty much had all of them for years until Rated Comics came along, and I refused to give them my business. So when I see Jane get Heroes Con every year, I just go pluck some off of him that are rated comics exclusives. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. But yeah, that was a good book. What's one that you enjoyed this week? It's kind of a smaller week for myself. I
It
only got
was.
like
I mean, the big one obviously was Batman Deadpool.
oh man, I don't even have a copy of that right here. I got a copy and I got the
Yeah,
Sokamaki cover. It was
yeah.
like Magic and Catwoman. I read it, but I gave it away. The A covers were coming in a late box. We ordered so many that like there was a box full of nothing but those, and all the variants came in, but the A cover didn't. So I bought a variant to give away, and I'll just pick up my A cover this week. But I read it. If you refresh me a little bit, this was the one with the cosmic sex scene, right?
Yeah, basically the embodiment of the DC universe and the Marvel universe, basically having comic book sex. And it's funny because I mean Grant Morrison throws a lot of things at you. You have to like it's. I think it's funny that Deadpool's feet get cut off. That's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
a dig at life field. He asked him multiple times about, do you know Slade Wilson? You know,
yeah, wouldn't stop.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Batman wasn't convinced.
Right.
He wasn't just like
Um,
this alternate version of
he
Deathstroke.
introduces a new amalgam character, right? Deadbat.
Yeah, yeah, that came around.
Oh,
So
we
did you
also see
catch?
Darkclaw as well. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Dark Claw stole the show for me. I'm like, oh my god, I have arrived. But yeah, Deadbat, that was pretty cool for a second. Did you notice? All right, so we have Eternity,
Mhm.
and who is the Green Lady representing DC?
Hold on a second.
It's clearly Eternity representing Marvel. But at
Right.
one point, when they're in the bed after smashing, you see the heads on the end tables on both sides of the bed. You see the Cosmic Universe brothers' heads. If you remember DC versus Marvel,
Mhm.
those universes came to cross over because the celestial living embodiment of each universe are brothers, and
Right.
they saw each other and were going and they were clashing with each other, and that's what brought the DC versus Marvel event together. Those two brothers' heads are even Easter egged in there. I
Mhm.
thought that was cool. Overall, the story was it gets a little convoluted. It's just kind of a little, I don't know, existential romp through unreality almost.
Yeah, like I said, he does a lot of callbacks too. Like he does the amalgam callbacks. He does a callback to his scene in from Animal Man. I can see you. You know.
There's a lot of stuff I didn't catch. So that was the lion's share of the book with that story. I will say this one was far more enjoyable than the other one they did. I think Zeb Wells wrote the other one and Grant
Yeah.
Morrison wrote this one. So I mean it's night and day the just the way it reads. Deadpool had all of his zaniness and everything, but he wasn't annoying in this one compared to the other one. It was just not even fun to read. What are the other stories in here? You had Hulk and Harley Quinn that was very cartoony and was kind of
Yeah.
kind of a waste.
Constantine and Doctor Strange.
That was good.
Hmm.
That was good. Constantine trying to be shisty and Doctor Strange noticing him and them kind of combining their forces.
Hmm.
See the cracks in the universe and to save magic, I use magic. What was another one?
Nightwing and Wolverine. Lady Laura Kinney, Wolverine.
Oh, that was written well. That was Tom Taylor, wasn't it?
Taylor and Bruno Redondo. The Nightwing.
Yeah, that was written really well because you had the dual dialogue thought bubbles going. So whenever anything happened, you knew what Nightwing was thinking and what Laura was thinking, and it was cool. It was really cool seeing how they assess each situation and each other's actions. At one point, Nightwing jumps in front of them, in between them and the trouble, and she's like, "This guy has no powers, no regeneration, and he's willing to put himself in danger for some strangers."
Right.
Like, yeah, welcome to DC.
Yeah. And the last one was gave the Dakota universe some love. It was Static and Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, that was kind of a nothing burger. That was more
But it was
like introducing the characters than it was using the characters,
Yeah.
but it was cool
Did you-
seeing Static.
Did you see they're doing a Static centric new history of the DC
New
universe?
history of the DC universe, the Dakota
Dakota.
incident one shot.
Right.
Yeah, I saw BJ Kicks posted that, and I'm like, oh, awesome. Oh, you tell Paul, hey,
Hey,
Good night.
Paul. How
Hello.
you doing? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
nice Sunday.
I know, but I won't talk to him again before Thursday.
Okay.
So I didn't want to miss telling him Happy Thanksgiving.
I may not see you before Christmas too. You want to wish me a Merry Christmas?
That's a
Maybe
good
not.
point.
Merry Christmas, but I hope I see you again before then. How you doing?
Good. How are
Doing
you?
good? All right, good.
She's having a birthday party and hanging out with the kiddos.
Yeah, a lot.
Are you ripping her head off? No. It looked like you were carrying her by her head, but she was holding. Okay, that was crazy. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this one? Not like against other comics, just as like one of these specialty one-off books. Because I would give the last one we got last month, I would give it a 4 out of 10.
I was going to say this one to me was a 7 out of 10. The last one was a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd scale it the same. I think this one just, even with the wasteful Harley Quinn Hulk story, it still wasn't nearly as wasteful as the Crypto Jeff story.
Right.
And I mean, I get like, and see, this is why I was a little scratching my head. I'm like, I get the all ages aspect of it, but you have a story like the Deadpool Batman that's clearly a mature reader story, and then you put an all ages story, and so it doesn't track. You can't hand this book to a kid. So why are kids
and to your point, and mine too, is the main story, which is half of the book. This one I thought was much better than the last one.
Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. Now, we did get the Frank Miller story in the last one, though, and that I thought was tough. It was super short, but it was tough. You know what else was tough this week?
What's
that? Issue number 27 of Wonder Woman. We get the fight between Wonder Woman and Mouse Man. This is pretty brutal. We know that Edna's involved in the story. We know that Wonder Woman found this other girl that I think is the Amazon from the beginning of all of this. And now she has a baby. We know that this baby grows up to be Matriarch that was introduced in the last issue. Major player in a potential future. Mouseman also has Diana and Steve's baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of talking trash to her, leveraging her about that. And turns out that the Amazon that we've been on the run for gets killed in this one. Just shot by Mouseman's people. They take the baby Matriarch. They take Edna. And he's trying to say, Wonder Woman, get on your knees. You're my prisoner now. Just get on your knees. Get on your knees. I got your people. And she just decks him and starts throwing him through walls, which was a great scene. It's like, how thick are the walls? How thick are you? Just kept throwing them until they go all the way through the building. And it was pretty tough. And that's where he ended with kind of him just beaten and battered. And he's taking an accidental self-infliction. He took a shot at Wonder Woman and ricocheted, hit himself. And he's in a bad way. And now Wonder Woman's got to go storm the castle and get her friends and these kids back. But it was tough. I'm still loving Sampier's art.
Daniel Sampier, yeah.
God, he's good.
They're actually leaving for 2 issues.
Where are they going?
They're just kind of catching up on stories, but they're leaving for 2 issues. Someone else is doing them, and then they're going to come back. So.
Okay, so we get a little layover story arc.
Yep.
Cool. What else you got?
I didn't get to read a lot this week because I was.
Hey, Justice League Red. I got that too. Yo, huge revelation in that, huh?
Yeah.
With a
Black
Red
Adam.
Canary.
No, yeah, Red Canary and the Black Adam.
Yeah, Red Canary is not just a random street player. She dials into the red, and she's like Omega level powers hiding inside her. But Black Adam's the key to all of it. Like if Black Adam gets to execute his plan, that's the final straw that will inevitably bring the end of this universe. And they're this should have had a header at it DCKO tie-in because the event that Black Adam is trying to succeed at doing to give himself ultimate power is become the King Omega, like take out some people and position himself to stop Darkseid. And if he does that, he'll destroy everything.
Right. And it become to find out that the Black Adam is a very important part of what's happening to the Earth. I really like Clayton Henry's art. He has his
consistent, crisp,
very crisp lines. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I enjoy him. He's the guy who did the Superman, Son of Kal-El, right?
John Timms did it originally for the first couple issues.
Yeah, I think Clayton Henry did out the lion's share of it. Yeah, I love John Timms' art. All right, I know you got this one.
I only have one more that I read because I had to work this weekend, but so I got the other one that I know that you're thinking of, but I didn't have it.
Did you read this before I ranted at you about it yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't like this book. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't like this book at all. I'm trying so hard to like this book, Superman Unlimited. And if you like this book, good on you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I would encourage you to read any of the other Superman books. Superman Proper, the best, the one on the shelf right now. Action Comics, absolutely amazing. Absolute Superman, completely original, fresh, dynamic, good, well drawn. I don't know why this exists other than to be just room for Dan Slott to be on the DC payroll.
Yeah, we were talking last night, and it was, I think, when they announced this, they kind of made it as though they kind of announced it as though, hey, you know what? If you're only going to read one Superman book every month, this is the one you should read.
Couldn't
I
be
would go
farther
the
from the
opposite way.
truth.
Is that if you're only not going to read one book, this is the one you don't want to read.
That's it. So this issue specifically, Terror in Smallville, is like a layover issue itself, which we've gotten layover. We're on issue 7. We've had multiple layover issues already, which is absolutely crazy to do. They're all written by Dan Slott. I expressed my concern for him coming on the Superman title in the beginning. This is why. Like I wasn't even expressly familiar with his work other than just my reputation alone. We read the Superman Summer Special, and like it had multiple writers in it, and his stuff stood out to the point when I was reading that I had to stop and go look at who wrote this part of this book because it was weird, different, and awful. So you get to this, and it's a story that just takes place in Smallville. Steel is there, Lana's there, which is great to check in, and John's here. I'm a John Kent fan. I like Superboy. They don't know what to do with Superboy right now. You hear people say this about characters. John Kent has been cursed over the last handful of years of them not knowing what to do with him. They tried to do the front run him thing, put Clark on War World, give him room to do stuff, kind of push the Teen Titans. It just didn't work out great. Maybe the wrong writer was on him. The ideas all there and everything. Just let him.
Secret Six.
Oh my God. They just need to let him be Superboy. It's that simple. It's not difficult. Like he's Superboy. Let him be Superboy. But what they've done with this issue is just wrote a stupid story where they position him in Smallville. A Princess Leia projection of his mom comes and visits him. Meanwhile, she's fighting for her life elsewhere, but she's just casually projecting to me. So the timeline's even messed up. The continuity of this book only against itself is messed up, and says, hey, I built a daily planet in Smallville just for you to work at. Like literally no one else works there. There's not even another employee, but he's going to go there and be a reporter for himself for a newspaper that no one else works at but himself. He doesn't want to do it, but he needs a job and he needs an identity and he needs a pair of glass. All they've done with John Kent is taken an issue to make him exactly like his dad and establish him in a place that isn't in the rest of the story with the rest of the characters anywhere. Send him to the Titans. Let him just go. Send him to the Titans. Nope. Stick him in Smallville, where like that way when we ask, we wonder, what's John Kent up to? Is he still Electric Blue? No, he's in Smallville. Just doing stuff. Now they reached back into the 1950 George Reeves Superman in the Moment storyline. There's some tremors, some stuff going on, and if we look underground, there's some mole people here. They're the bad guys. No, they're the good guys. They're just misunderstood. We'll work together. That was a cool little callback, but the story for me didn't justify it. I was just too frustrated about the waste of $4.99 prime price. That's an A cover. $4.99 prime price.
Yeah, you're paying for the Slott name on the cover,
which is crazy to think with his reputation. It's not like he's not esteemed anymore. This is weird. And I feel almost obligated to read it, especially after the new history of the DC universe, which we talked about, that they spotlighted the Superman having that ability to turn gold and be immune to kryptonite and surge his powers for 2 minutes. Then he goes weak. They spotlighted that like it's current canon. He's not done that in any book.
I was just going to say that, which has never been used by anybody else.
Ever, except like, what was it, twice in here for a split second? Like, that has not happened anywhere. Mm-hmm. You would think he would have done it in KO by now. He damn sure would have needed it if he could do it.
I can just imagine the text with Joshua Williamson. Nah, I'm good.
Dude, the Superman proper is not only is it the best Superman book, it's easily one of my favorite books out on shelves right now. Superboy, like that. So little to do with John Kent that Superboy Prime returning is like one of the Superman highlights of 2025. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. And I love Superboy Prime though. What a great character. The way that Joshua Williamson, he didn't reinvent it, but he added a little. This is how I'm going to tell him, kind of spice to him. And it was like, that was like when he pulled it, Dan Jurgens is going to be pissed. I'm like, I'm sold. I'm so sold. It's like you couldn't have tricked him, but I can because I really want to kill him. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Metal Elf, what is going on, homie? But yeah, dude, Superman Unlimited. If you're enjoying it, awesome. If you're enjoying it, but you're not reading Superman proper, Action, and Absolute, I encourage you to swap it out for one of them and watch how much more fun you have. New Gods, issue number 12, the finale to Rom V's Maxi series came out. Legendary.
Or is it? Did you see what he
No,
said?
no. The New Gods will return. It's how it ends.
Did you see what Ron V said about New Gods?
No, I didn't.
He said that he has a plan to do 36 issues.
Oh, I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this run ended. I guess like if they come back, like maybe at bare minimum, there's going to be a break before an issue 13. But it says in the end, New Gods will.
It says the new Gods will return. That's all it says. Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember if it said in somewhere though. Does it say anywhere?
No, it doesn't. No.
Yeah, but dude, it was so good. It was so good. Orion squaring off with the new god, that kid that was manifested, scot-free going like legit god mode. Like, have you read it yet?
No.
Oh my god, dude. You know how Mr. Miracle's thing is he can escape from anything. Have you ever thought about how he does it? Like if there's an actual deity mechanism, like an actual superpower involved in it, other than I'm just a good escape artist. Oh no, there is a deity level mechanism to it, and Rom B lays it out, dude.
Nice.
Like him and Desaad going head up, and Desaad having like this ultimate weapon on him and everything. He just kind of he just locks in. He's like, "You think I just escape? I've been escaping my whole life. That's the easy part. What I really do, and it's just like he deconstructs reality pretty much and moves through it, kind of thing. And he moves through Desaad. I'm like,
oh wow,
like dude, it was crazy seeing the way he escapes through his eyes, kind of thing. It's really cool. It's really cool. Like I was blown away. You get to see who takes up the mantle of High Father, what Orion goes through. And what ultimately happens to this kid that went into this black hole, that you had the, Maxwell Lord and some of the legions of Apocalypse trying to utilize this kid as an ultimate weapon. All the while, the Nectari army that swarmed over Apocalypse and New Genesis, decimated it, are upon them. And you get to see what happens to them and how that gets resolved. And it's the kid. And it ain't the kid like you think. It's the kid. Like, this has been a scared kid. We saw him like let loose as a kid, just screaming in issue 1 kind of thing. But talk about when the kid gets a proper head on his shoulder and a talking to, and tap into some of that potential. And it's like, yo, it's like, it was so good, man. Absolutely loved it. This is possibly going to be brought back up when we do At Year's End. I absolutely loved it. And that's coming up soon, man. We're about a month away from our annual At Year's End show. So start thinking about your top 3 reads, top 3 watches, top 3 shows. Yeah, we'll be getting into all that toward the end of the year. But this is a contender for me. Definitely a contender. Punisher number 3. Violent, crazy, Frank's onto it. He senses the thing in his head. He's hearing the voice and he's separating it from his own thoughts to someone controlling him. And Wilson Fisk brings him in for a tune-up to try to dial it back in, but by the end of it, he's going to a repair shop saying, hey, rip this thing out of my head. So it looks like he's on the other classic Benjamin Percy format. I'm loving it. It's good. I love the way it's drawn too. Hulking in size. Herculoids finale came out this week. Absolutely loved it. They took to space. They got their kid back. They came to Earth. Maybe it'll keep going. I hope it does, but I don't know. I'm loving all the Dynamite stuff. That was my only Dynamite book this week. That's crazy. But yeah, 1 Marvel, 1 Dynamite, the rest for DC. Kind of a small week. But yeah, Herculoids wrapped up. So if you're curious about that, recommend checking out for the trade collected volume.
Okay.
All right. Paul and I got a couple packages running in the show, diving into some of the stuff we picked up here recently. Now, what do we got here, Paul?
This was in my these feels like these feel wooden.
That's what she said. Oh, these are the Heart Project,
I
right?
believe they are. Yeah.
So we had Christina Payne spearhead this project where she got a bunch of these wooden hearts from the craft store, and she went around conventions and reaching out to people online that are artists, and asked if they were interested in donating their talents and doing an art piece on one of these hearts. And we put them up on our T3 website at the beginning of the event and let them run on there as an auction until Saturday. The last hour they were available, we went live and showcased them. And I picked up 2 of them. I got an Austin LeMay, and I don't know who did the Harley Quinn one. I forget the person's name, but it's amazing. It's charcoal realism. But, oh, wow. You got to hold that close. Dude, that's gorgeous. Who drew that one? Is it written on the back of the heart?
Jason Jones.
Jason Jones. And I like that it has the little spot on the back where it's ready to hang as well if you so choose. They got some good meat on them. They got some good weight on them.
Yeah. We got this one.
Oh wow. And it's even done up on the side of it as well. That's cool. Oh, Comics Curing Cancer. Oh, that's awesome. Does it say who did that one?
No, but there is.
Oh, 2-sided. Oh, dark side. Nice.
And then a little homage to Action Comics #1.
Oh, you got the one with the cancer cell.
Yeah.
That was one of the best ones, dude. That's amazing.
This is Up and Atom Comics.
Oh, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knocked those out. Knocked those out of the park.
So that was, I had 2 packages in that. So there was those, but then I also have a second one that was together.
Again, T3 this year did over $65,000 Comics Curing Cancer. If you're watching, you don't know about it, you got to go check out our Instagram or Facebook page, Comics Curing Cancer, and keep up with all the details and news. We'll be sharing some more stuff after the first of the year, getting geared up for some 2026 stuff. We'll have a presence at HeroesCon 2025 or 2026, and then all that good stuff. The big event toward the end of the year again, made possible by the contributions of the community.
Darkside.
Holy smokes, the 1 in 100.
Yeah. Gold.
1 in 100 Mark Spears. That's the blind bag special.
Yep.
In the comic capsule. That looks great.
Comic capsule.
Yes, you did, DVH.
Superman signed by Jerry Ordway.
So real quick, I do believe, now I could be mistaken. I don't think I am. I believe that was donated by House of L Comics. Donovan, I think that was one of the ones he donated. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That looks like it could be a ratio.
This is Superman number 27. I can tell you that in a second, actually.
Oh, yeah, the barcode would tell us.
It is not a ratio. Just
okay.
Like a variant.
Variant. Oh, that's the Dan Needler. Yeah, dude, I saw that. I wanted that so bad. Dude, the realism on those is insane.
Needlinger. Yeah.
Looks so realistic. That's awesome. Flash 750 sketch. That's nuts.
And then I got one more package.
Keep them coming. Dude, you made out like a bandit this year. You also scored the Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson signed cards that you got in earlier and stuff. Oh, yeah, you got them right there. Nice. That's crazy. Big shout out and thank you to Sledge for donating those. And DVH got the Andre the Giant card, which will be shipping out this week. I still have Paul's last package coming to him and DVH's. It'll be shipping out this week. It's been a process.
Okay. Okay. I got a couple more things here. So I have a Jim Lee signed print.
Oh, snap. That's really cool.
I got that. Oh, myself in the
You mean
face.
Paul? You mean Paul the extras? The Batman cards? I showed him those already when I picked them up. The complete sets to go with those other ones.
Yeah.
I'll text tomorrow. Okay.
Got
I
a
know I
Blue
got the
Beetle.
Batman cards to give to Paul.
Blue Beetle Tyler Kirkham print.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Signed by Tyler Kirkham. And then I got 2 pages of original art. This one is World's Finest number 276. This is Rich Buckler art.
Which one is that?
This is World's Finest number 276, Rich Buckler.
That's crazy. That's crazy. There's some really cool pieces donated this year.
Yeah. And it's cool because it actually has Superman and Batman. I mean, and you get Superman and Batman in it. It's not just like, a picture of like extras or whatever.
Yeah. Main characters on the page.
And then I have Superboy number 30. This is by Kurt Schaffenberger.
What year is that one from? The 80s?
I believe so, yeah. Because when they brought back the New Adventures of Superboy, he was the one that was drawing it at the time.
Dude, it's got that awesome bottom right panel too, the shirt busting open.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So very happy with everything.
Yeah, he did. He scored really big.
Yeah. This is why I work. As opposed to being independently wealthy.
Yeah. I got this package from Paul that he sent me today. Now I am aware some a couple books that he talked about ahead of time that he was going to pick up for me, and I asked him beforehand. I'm like, I know what some of these are. He's like, you should know what more of them are, and I do remember. And he had a great opportunity to get a set of books signed, and he got all 4 issues of the New History of the DC Universe signed by Mark Waid with the certificate of authenticity, all 4 of them in there. So I'll probably end up taking my set that I have that I bought that came out and packaging those up in a giveaway for the channel here and keeping the upgraded ones. I don't need 2 copies.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. Now, I did not know what that one was. I see the back of one of these things. All right, these are. Oh, this I did not know.
I told you there was more. Maybe there was more than one thing that I put in.
There's
You did
definitely more. So for those that don't know, now this is kind of cheeky. Like I'm keeping these, Paul.
You do it.
When
you're in your possession, you do whatever you.
Dude, now I feel terrible because I'm in the midst of putting together this epic, the greatest comic story ever told Kingdom Come giveaway for the Christmas season, for the greatest story ever told season. And he sends, these were Kickstarter exclusives for the movie, The Legend of Kingdom Come. They were add-ons and they're issues of World's Finest, Alex Ross exclusives. This was my favorite Kingdom Come image ever. This image was on a poster hanging in my room when I was a kid for years and years and years. And I loved it so much so, not just because it was Kingdom Come, but because it was like one of the few great shots that we got of Green Lantern. Because I've always been a big Green Lantern fan. Not as big as this guy, but I've always been biased to the color green. And I thought Green Lantern was awesome. And the way that Hawkman was designed always fascinated me. That is amazing. Yeah, the Blu-ray Kickstarter, which see, I got multiple. So I got this one. I gave one away at Heroes Con. Brother John won it. And I got another one completely unopened with the lanyard that'll be part of the channel member giveaway for we're combining November and December into a bigger one because it's going to be way overvalued for 1 month, but it's going to include, you might recognize this DVH, but the Absolute Edition. So this DVH has owned this at one point. Sectors owned it at one point. I spent a lot of money on it at C3 last year to own it, but I'm never going to open this. Like, I don't have the heart to open it, to be honest with you. And it's just sat here in arm's reach. I'm like, I just need to pay it forward. So we're going to give it away, as well as got the McFarlane San Diego Comic-Con edition. And I'm going to get this slab to go with this as well. And yeah. But yeah, dude, that's amazing. I feel bad because, like, I'm not putting that in the giveaway. I feel terrible about that, being completely honest with people. I legitimately enjoy doing giveaways and making them fun and stuff. But I've never even seen one in person. I've never even seen one online. And I talked to Durs about them too.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked to Chris about them because I was seeing if I could like get a hold of one because like they don't even have them to put up or run them on Whatnot.
Really?
Holy smokes. So I knew that all right, these were the ones that I was expecting here. The Mark Waid and these. What issue number is this, man?
Which one?
This is reprinting the actual 90.
The Justice League. The Justice League is Justice League International #1.
Dude, the first appearance of Maxwell Lord.
Yep.
Is it wraparound before I take it out?
No.
Dude, look at that. Todd McFarlane, DC exclusive. That's insane. That's a big time collectibles exclusive.
Aris Quinones specifically, not big time.
Okay.
Aris Quinones Whatnot exclusive.
Got you. Just as cool. He works with Nelson and them a lot.
Yeah.
I always get them.
Yep.
They're all just one thing to me at this point. Aris, Nick, Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, this is amazing.
And the Batman one is Detective Comics 577, which is the first part of Batman Year 2.
Yeah. Bro.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do this more often. Just pull 80s art and just.
Yep.
Do you know? And you know, it's crazy that these are Aris books because Nelson's been working on getting DC to approve him doing these McFarlane covers for 3 years that I know of from talking to Nelson. And it started when remember when Superman Lost was going on, like Superman Lost #1. Yeah, there's Nick. So Nick's aware of this. Like how long Nelson's been going back and forth with DC trying to get approval to get these existing images put onto covers. So granted, Aris put these out. That's Nelson that got these made. I just know that from talking to Nelson from before then. Dude, this era of Starman was so funny.
Yeah. Well, Will Payton.
Will Payton. Golly, dude. These are incredible. That's Superman. Look at his cape.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is an image from Invasion that Todd McFarlane did.
Just
yeah,
big teeth. Golly. And then last but not least, I recognize some Miko goodness anywhere. That is DVH. Hold on to your butt. Oh, look at that.
Okay, and now that came along because I got the McFarlane ones from Aris Quinones on Whatnot, and I bought that cover signed by Miko.
This is the one you bought on accident?
No. But to your point, Nelson is the one who actually fulfills the orders.
Yeah.
Right? And so when he came to ship the McFarlane ones, he didn't have the one signed by Miko yet. So he sent me just a blank foil one out of the goodness of his heart, because that's the type of person that Norman is, you know. So he sent me the blank one. So I just got the signed one in the other day. So,
dude, yeah, this is awesome. This is issue number 25. So the first Robert Kirkman issue, which was incredible when they roll in Mask. Who's the guy that's the general from Mask? He's a real SOB. Not this issue, but 26. You see how big of an SOB he is. Mm-hmm. But dude, look at the way that the Matrix is just casting that light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's incredible, dude. Dude, these are all of them just insane.
How you justify keeping them is the fact that you're giving the absolute Kingdom Come.
Yeah, the rest of them. Yeah, this image is in this book, guys. Oh yeah, look, there's kind of a composite version of it, if you will. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. If you win, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it. You know what else? I have the original promo poster that hung in comic shops before this ever came out.
Really?
The poster, you know, that has like you might remember it. It's black and it's got like the beam of light and the little squares with just Superman's face, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Captain Marvel's face. I have that, but it's also signed by Alex Ross and Mark Waid. I'm not giving that away either. As a matter of fact, I've had it for years and I've never even opened it. It's in my mail stack. So I'm not giving away all my Kingdom Come stuff. I'm just promising that there'll be a phenomenal Kingdom Come giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest comic story ever told to celebrate the greatest story ever told for the holiday season. If I win, I'll be fine. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. As a reminder, that's for the channel members in the Legion tier. There's constant giveaways for every and anybody, but for that one, that's the big Legion loot. Since it's Christmas, I might pull another Jang box. So when we do that giveaway, we'll draw the Legion thing, but we'll have a giveaway for anybody who comes by to hang out and watch and all that stuff. I'm wondering if we should just time that out for the at year's end show instead of waiting till after the first of the year. I guess it depends on how quick I could get that slab.
So now, Nick, if there's any justice in that package that you sent him, there's going to be the Nightwing pumpkin spice variant cover.
I get that joke.
That'll go with his other one.
Yeah, he's got that Juicy Jason that I sent him that spiked to like $100 and something book now, and I got it signed by Tim Seeley even, and I comic shielded it. You piece of Oh God, I hate packing peanuts. Oh, I hate packing peanuts. All right. Oh, snap. Oh, I love packing peanuts. Thank you so much, Nick. Yo, why is this one so big, brah? Oh, man, I got to pay all these.
That's what she said.
Oh, I do not want to start that up again. Yo, I still got pictures. Of when he first opened that. Oh, my God. Dude. Ow.
One for all.
You'll see in a minute what that is. All right, so Nick has made some fantastic contacts and some amazing stuff. And I soft collect all these pins, these CGC pins and stuff.
Right.
Like there's a John Jang one that's super exclusive. You can only get it if you spend like $250 at his booth, and he just gave me one, but I didn't tell you that. And all these things are like there's the Gem Mint 10 one from BTC and stuff. But here's one that says Comic Spot Florida.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting. And then there's this giant one, Gabriel Delato's.
Oh, okay.
So these things are like highly sought after. If you look online, they sell for a good bit of money. This one that you actually get from the CGC booth at conventions, these will sell upwards to like $200 to $300 during con season because people want them for nefarious reasons, I think.
Yeah. They just put it up their sleeve and then they put their hand in and suddenly they have a 10.
Yeah. And I've got multiple ones because I've hit multiple Gem Mint 10s of those things. Kyle even hit a 10 and all kinds of cool stuff. But I got a lot of pins now. Like I just do. So when Nick said he can pull some off, I'm like, I'll happy to have some. I love it. All right. So this is what Sir Nikolai sent. All right. First off, exclusive variant by Gabriel Delato, foil, limited to 1,000. This is number 533 out of 1,000. Oh my God.
Wow. Nice.
That's Matt Fraction's Batman number 1, signed by Delato right there.
That's nice.
Whew. Oddly enough, so this is, how I know you've heard me say it before, you can't keep it unless you give it away.
Right.
That's something I firmly believe in. Now, I didn't know that Nick was sending me this when this book came out. I opened the blind bag and I got this book, the blind bag version of it, the foil version, and I gave it away. I kept my A cover. I opened it, amazing book. I put it in the Legion loot and gave it away. Now look what I'm holding. The same book, more exclusive and signed. Like, I'm telling y'all, karma's a real thing. The universe reacts and responds to our nature and how we act. So treat people accordingly. I'm telling you. This is limited to 500 copies, secret variant, Star Wars Legacy of Vader, John Jang.
Nice.
Dang.
Wow, that's nice.
I don't even know what character this one is.
Not sure.
Holy smokes, that's wicked.
What is an issue of what?
Star Wars Legacy of Vader.
So it obviously has to do then with Kylo Ren. And maybe
I was about to say, it looks like the Knight of Ren.
Yeah.
You see how the lightsaber is frantic looking?
I would say it's one of the Knights of Ren. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, DVH, where you at? Where you at? We got an exclusive spot foil for issue 25 of Transformers John Jang edition. Ooh, look how that foil hits him.
Mm.
You know, is this Superplex? Who is this, DVH? Help me out here. Megaplex? Golly, that's wicked. Ain't nobody draw Transformers like John Jang. Who is that, DVH? Is that Megaplex? Is that his name? Superion. There it is. Superion. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Dude, that
that's a wicked
spot
cover.
foil. Oh my God. That's the first one they've done like that. Just the Transformer is foiled out.
Karen.
Give me your manager. Oh, here we go. Doom 2099.
Oof.
Yeah, I've got the regular one for that 2099 goodness. That's wicked.
Him wearing the denim hood.
Yeah, it was Denim Week. It's Denim Week. Yeah, that's fantastic. Here we go. Now I got the other version of this one, but here's the negative bleed edition for Spider-Man 94, limited to 800 copies.
Yep.
Whew. Whew. John Jang, goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Good gracious. That's wicked. All right, now, dude, I was really excited for this one when I saw it. This one's limited to 800 copies. This is Fantastic Four issue number 3, the John Jang edition with Galactus and that caked up Silver Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he must work out. Yo, that's wicked. That is a wicked cover.
Yeah.
Negative bleed is just a fancy way for them, instead of saying negative space variant, negative bleed. So, like, you know how like the background matches the color of the character. They just like use.
Does he have the Frank Cho Spider-Woman butt there?
Yeah, but you can't see it. It's bleeding negatively. Check out Spider-Man.
Are y'all on a live?
Yeah. All right, so he sent me another one of these Eris Look Cinemas. I told him I have one. He said, that's fine. Do what you want with it. Give it away, whatever. So I'll figure out what I do with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. This right here, y'all have no idea how long I begged for this. This Kryptonite Green. Like, the legacy of the Kryptonite Green foil logo variant goes back to like 2021. Like, it goes back a long time. Now, here's the creme de la creme. The one that the one that I was the most excited for, a character that I really love. I think everybody who paid attention to pop culture in the 90s enjoys it in varying degrees. It's Nick's Kicks and Comics' absolute favorite character in all of comicdom, at least story, one of his favorite creators ever. And because of Nick's fantastic contacts that he now has with Big Time Collectibles, Nelson Eris, Nick was able to go to the shop while his all-time creator was there in the shop doing a live appearance for a selling stream. He was sitting there signing books, and Big Time Collectibles and Nelson does a lot of work with this guy's property. He kind of re-put him on the map in comics. He really did with Miko's variant some years ago. But they did a blind bag special for New York Comic Con for The Crow, and John Jang had an exclusive that you could only get inside those blind bags. Well, Nick opened plenty of blind bags, and he pulled mine for me. And he's like, hey, you want me to go get James to sign it? And we even had James Barr on C3 at one point because Nick was there while we were doing all that. So here's John Jang's The Crow.
Wow.
What, limited to 300 copies, super rare, limited to 300 copies. And this is like, I have tons of John Jang signatures. This is my first James O'Barr signature. And here's the pen he signed it with. Look at this. I introduced James to Elijah yesterday. Pretty dang cool. Elijah's his son. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yes. Yo, that dude. Caked up to the max. Look at that. Cake. He's got more cake than Girl Surfer did. That's a good idea. But yeah, dude, look at that. I absolutely love
incredible.
that.
That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and he's holding the wedding ring too. Look at that. hugging the tombstone, the crow up there. But yeah, I'll probably take this one with me to Heroes Con and have John add his signature with this pin. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Thank you so much, Nick. Like I can't thank you enough, dude. That is just incredible. Now watch this. And they're gone.
Yeah, but still within arm's reach.
Yeah. You want to see a crow book? Just like that.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, and huge, dude, between that crow book and this right here, like, wow. I'm going to have to get some photos to post up on the online and stuff. So, yeah, guys, be on the lookout. I might just go ahead and add this, which that's insane. Super hard to get right there. That was exclusive through Eris and Look Cinemas, which I believe is the one. Well, I don't want to get into it. Like they're all kind of connected at this point between BTC and Eris, and even like Nelson sets up at the movie theater and gives away free comics and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's all I got to do. I don't have to. I choose to. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Yeah. Thank you, Nick. And thank you, Paul, for hopping on and hanging out as always. We definitely about to hit that mark. It's almost 10:30. Thanks to everyone who came in, talked about Derry with us, the weird nature of the current state of Warner Brothers and the unforeseen future with the 3 different paths it can go down. It's definitely interesting to keep up with. Remember, in the grand scheme of things, they're just movies. These are just comics. You ain't got to take it too serious. You ain't got to be too mad at the Snyder. What was it? Snyder Bro bunch of cucks. Is that it?
Yeah.
The Snyder Bro bunch of cucks. Watch out for those guys. They're not here, but watch out. If you see them cross the street, you know what I mean? Lock your car doors. Be safe out there. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. Be sure to check out my video tomorrow. It's about absolute market manipulation and very interesting. There's probably going to be a follow-up to it. There's more to the story that I come to realize. So there's probably going to be a follow-up story to it on Wednesday. Very sketchy, very shady. But definitely interested to hear other people's take of the situation as well. I hope y'all have a great week. If I don't see you between now and then, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're able to spend it with whoever you want to, family, friends, yourself, whatever it be. I hope it's a fantastic one. And I'll see y'all Tuesday before Thanksgiving for the new DC Day stream. It's an off week for Guess That Key, but we have the deep dive tomorrow at 10 a.m. on his channel. And then right back here Tuesday at 2 p.m. for the live stream for the new DC Day. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Hit that join button. Make sure you become a channel member in the Legion tier. You're going to want to be in there. I'm combining this month and next month for the greatest story ever told giveaway. So a lot of stuff. I want to make sure I remind all y'all for these holiday seasons. That's going to do it. Until next time. Peace. You want to tell them bye, Finn?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.